We're the most connected generation in history, and yet, somehow, the loneliest. I'm not pointing fingers, I'm talking about myself. Anytime I get a second of stillness, I grab my phone. Waiting in line, scroll, tough decision, put on some music. Feeling anxious, start YouTube. I tell myself I'm just taking a break, but what I'm really doing is hiding. People today have the highest reported amounts of depression and anxiety, and as I thought about that more, I started to ask myself why that is if we are the most connected than in any other time in human history. I got to thinking, and I believe we are all here because of social media, phones, and the internet. The things that have connected so many people are actually the reasons for more depression, anxiety, and less happiness overall in life. But what does that really mean? I think even though we all have this information at our fingertips, most people aren't happy because they aren't fulfilled. They aren't fulfilled because they don't have a purpose. They don't have a purpose because they aren't bored enough. And here's what I mean. The problem is we can't sit still anymore. I think deep down, most of us are afraid of silence. Be honest with yourself, when's the last time you sat in a room, no phone, no TV, no music, just you and your thoughts? Because when we stop filling every gap with noise, we're forced to confront things we've been avoiding, decisions we need to make, emotions we haven't processed, ideas we've been too distracted to see. We call it boredom. And boredom is always thought of with a negative connotation, but I am starting to think the opposite. It's really just a space where creativity, clarity, and peace live. Boredom, I believe, allows you to think, to ponder life, to wonder what if, and what am I made for? It gives you the space to think deeper and find your passions, what gives you that fulfillment, instead of just having all of these intrusive thoughts from others on topics, or you're watching YouTube videos that basically interject and tell you what to think, subconsciously anyway. Boredom leads to real happiness. My thought is that boredom leads to real happiness. Listen, I'm addicted to. If anything, I might be one of the worst culprits. I run multiple businesses, I try to create content that helps other people, I'm constantly quote unquote connected. But sometimes I realize I haven't had a single thought of my own that wasn't triggered by someone else's voice, post, or opinion. It hit me the other day, why can I not put my phone down? Checking email, looking for a new deal, I'm going to miss something. Every time life got uncomfortable, I would reach for a distraction. And what's wild is even though I knew it wasn't good for me, I would still do it. That is addiction. So I started asking myself, what would happen if I just stopped? Not meditate, not breathe intentionally, not plan or journal, which are all good things by the way, but they still take focus. They take focus for me and they are doing something busy. What if I just sat in boredom? Think. Because I realized I was spending my entire life reacting. I wasn't actually living for my own thoughts. So the reason I'm making this video is a public challenge of sorts. It's for me, but it's also for you. I'm going to sit in boredom for 15 minutes a day, silent and alone, and just see what happens. So as I said, this is a challenge for myself, but I'm also inviting you to join me. 15 minutes a day, no phone, no music, no conversations, no podcasts, no YouTube, just you and your thoughts. You'll probably want to quit after 3 minutes. I know that's how I've felt before. You'll feel restless. Your brain will tell you it's pointless. That's the addiction talking. But try and stay present in that moment, because probably somewhere between that minute 10 and 15 is where the real stuff starts to show up. Ideas, emotions, memories, things you've buried under the noise. Here's my thought. There's times that you are sitting in silence, that you are preparing, that you are just open to thinking, allow you to ponder the big things in life. You can ask yourself, what do I really want out of my life? That passion, that want, that desire, that gives you a drive, something to strive and live for. The journey and fulfillment of that is what brings true happiness. After just a week of doing this, you'll probably start to notice things. You'll make better decisions, you'll be calmer, ideas for your business will come more naturally, you won't be as anxious when you don't have your phone. For me, I have more gratitude after sitting in silence. I'm thankful for life, for all that I've been blessed with. I realize how much beauty there is that I'm missing. Just everyday stuff, simple stuff. Light coming through the window, the sunrise in the morning, the sound of the trees rustling in the wind, maybe the smell of coffee. I'm not adding something new to my life. I'm removing what was stealing from it. So here's your invitation. Try it today. 15 minutes. Don't make it perfect. Don't optimize it. Just sit. And if you do, let me know in the comments what you felt. Not what you thought, legitimately what you felt. Maybe, just maybe, silence is what we've been missing all along. You see, in history, when they didn't have phones or were always on, they had space. They had time to think and to process. They had time to be bored. That's when they thought about life and what it truly means. And what do I really want for myself? And they were given the room to process those thoughts. Nowadays, when you think you are getting away from the stress or some sort of stress relief and you go to YouTube or a video or you just start scrolling, it really doesn't give you any room to think. You're just diving into someone else's thoughts. And really, you're just robbing yourself of that time. On the other hand, when you are really able to find what drives you, that passion will lead to purpose, which if you have purpose in your life, you can work towards fulfillment. That is a goal that you're chasing, and fulfillment comes when you are chasing that goal, that purpose. And fulfillment ultimately leads to happiness. So boredom equals happiness. We need more boredom, and that's where the challenge comes in.